Did you know that Avatar's famous floating mountains are actually real? They're in China, situated just outside of a city called Zhangjiajie. I've lived in China for 5 years and during this time have travelled all over, including 2 visits to Zhangjiajie. So if you're interested in visiting, then make sure you watch this video until the end. You can arrive in Zhangjiajie city by high-speed train if you're already in China, or by air from outside of China. And luckily the airport is really close to the city. There's 2 scenic areas that every traveller here must visit: Zhangjiajie Forest Park and Tianmen Mountain. The Forest Park is home to the most famous views, and I'd recommend 1.5 or even 2 full days here, as one day just simply isn't enough to see everything. Luckily, you can buy tickets upon arrival, and the ticket to this park gives you access for 4 days, so you don't need to pay any extra. Although it does cost around £45 for a ticket with access to all the cable cars, it's worth it to see each different area's views, and split over 2 days the cost doesn't feel so bad. This park is some distance away from the city of Zhangjiajie, but there's plenty of hotels close to the park entrance, so I'd recommend booking there. Once you're inside the park, there's a huge variety of walking and bus routes depending on how far you're willing to walk, so ask your hotel for a map of the park and plan a route that works for you. Zhangjiajie hotels are incredibly friendly, and if you're lucky they might even help plan a route out for you. Tianmen Mountain, on the other hand, is located closer to the city centre. In fact, there's an unbelievable 28-minute long cable car, which literally takes you between the mountain and the middle of the city. So it couldn't be any more convenient, really. This is a much smaller area than the forest park, so 5 to 6 hours is easily enough to see everything, but the views are just as unique. I mean, come on, have you ever seen a mountain with a hole in it like this? And the staircase is unbelievable. However, as it's a smaller area, I would recommend buying your entrance ticket for Tianmen Mountain at least a week in advance, or more if you're travelling at peak time, as it can get pretty busy. There are 2 scenic routes which go in opposite directions to each other, and the A route is the most popular, as you get to go down the 999 steps at the base of the mountain. However, if you're fit and healthy, then do try the B route, as the steps aren't as bad as they seem. The tickets sell out slower, and you queue less for cable cars since you're on a quieter route. Overall, Zhangjiajie is the most internationally developed tourist area I've ever visited in China. It's been receiving large numbers of international tourists for years, and in some places you can even directly use Visa cards, although I'd still recommend setting up Alipay or WeChat Pay if you can. A great local meal here costs only £5 to £6 per head, and everyone is incredibly friendly. So, if you're preparing to visit China, or if you're looking for the next magical place to go, then don't miss out on Zhangjiajie.